I mean, is Cooper Rush worth 2.5 points? I would hope Quinn Ewers put up a decent stat line against Arizona State. If he didn't, we have a real problem.
You can say the same thing about Creighton. Okay, they had the one good game against Kansas at home.
When Toast talks about the kicking market, it's like some earth is flat shit. Andy, true or false, this is going to be a dog walking.
Dog walking. This is my dog walking of the day. I think it's going to be very ugly. Dog walking. I think this is going to be ugly.
Hey, get the sauce. What's up, everybody? Happy Saturday morning. Couple people asked about college football. I'm uploading a video after this. We're just running through a few college basketball games. Spoon's here, too. Get him on screen.
What's up, bro?
This will be a quick one, and I don't know if TV Jones is coming. He does his big shows on Friday night. So
No, he's TV Jonesing it. I mean, he said at usual time. I said yeah. He said okay, cool. Pump fake after late night, and now he's no shows. I mean, that's just typical TV Jones.
Oh, you know what?
The usual time for him is 5 minutes from now.
You know what though? I didn't tag him in the tweet because I didn't know if he was coming. So I think getting tagged in the tweet reminds him that we're live. So yeah. I think maybe that's why. By the way, I fixed the choppiness. I don't know if you guys could tell. I figured out what was wrong. So we're no longer choppy. But anyway, yeah, this will be a quick one. I got to get back to work on the college football video. So we got 7 games queued up. TV Jones might stop by. He might not. Spoon, you requested this one. NJIT on the road in Annapolis, or I guess this might be neutral site, or?
No, this is a true road game in Navy. They scheduled this last year. Navy went to NJIT, a home-and-home situation, and that was Navy's last year with Ed DeChillis as coach, and their current coach was on that staff as well. John Perry was kind of co-head coaching last season, and they did a lot of things last year to set themselves up for success this year. They bring back the most minutes continuity in the country at Navy, and I think that was really intentional. Like the whole setup last year was a really terrible season for them. Growing with a young roster, knowing they're not going to be able to get any transfers. I think this was a scheduled win for last year. And I just look at the points here. I think NJIT is a much better team than their number indicates. They shoot the 3-ball a lot. They haven't hit a ton of threes right now, but when the ball goes in, I think this team can be really competitive, and I don't think Navy's 13 points better than them. I think this is a few possession game. I'm on NJIT plus 13.5, minus 110.
Someone said in the comments, where's Napolitano? There he is. NJIT is dog ass. Oh no, he said both these teams are dog ass. So NJIT plus 13.5. That's his thing, is he called team dog ass. And it's not just a one-time thing. He calls teams dog ass daily. Toast, did you have any thoughts on this one? This wasn't one of your games.
No, I can't lay that many points with Navy. I agree with Spoon there. I will say, though, this is like a complete opposites for me. You have NJIT, who hasn't played anybody, so a significant step up in class and on the road, versus a Navy team that's been playing really good teams, and now it's like a super significant step down in class for them. But again, even with all the positivity there with Navy, I couldn't lay 13.5 points with them.
Hawaii needs to catch the football, man.
What's the score?
24-7. I'm on the over. I don't need Hawaii to win.
I know, me too. I bet the over too. That's why I asked.
It's looking good, but that would have been first down. That would have been a big catch. I don't want to. I want to touch them.
I'm not gonna lie. I make a lot of bets editing those shorts every night.
Yeah, you listen to like the reasoning's solid, right?
Yeah.
Penn State, Providence laying 4. I'm pretty sure Providence got dusted the last time I was considering betting them.
They did. Against Colorado.
But TV Jones has been very adamant about Penn State being a terrible team. Who selected this game?
Me. Penn State plus 4.5 for me. I'm not a big fan of this Providence team. I will say they have played a pretty decent schedule at home and on the road, so this neutral site game doesn't really do anything for me. But I just think that Penn State is just as good, if not better, than Providence, and we're getting them over a full possession. I got them at 4.5. There's still 4s out there, but we're also getting a Penn State team that doesn't turn the basketball over, that does everything that you would want. And I actually think they're just as good defensively as Providence, and that's usually where Providence hangs their hat. So, I mean, I think that Providence is going to grade out better defensively, but as far as eye test concerned, again, Penn State, this is kind of going to be kind of like their first step up in class. But again, eye test, I don't really worry about Penn State as much as Trevor does. They can't hit shots from the free throw line, but like I said, I'm getting plus 4.5 with. I made this game a pick. Like I mean, obviously, sure, if you want to give Providence -1, 1.5, sure, I won't argue with you too much. But anything over a full bucket, I think is just kind of ridiculous here. So, like I said, I've already bet Penn State plus 4.5.
TV Jones has joined us. Toast is betting a team that you've been very adamant that sucks in Penn State.
Yeah, I won. Can you guys hear me? Not echoing AirPods in my car, so I don't have them. But we're rolling. We're free balling tonight.
You use AirPods to stream?
Well, my mic's been tweaking out, and I need something to listen to. I can't. I sat there trying to connect this thing, and I don't fucking know. So yeah, I just I'm free balling. You're coming out of my laptop.
I feel like Wisconsin's in like the year 2002 technologically.
Dude, we're just fine over here. I just forgot my AirPods. You've never seen the AirPods in my ear? Like I have.
I'm not looking that closely, bro.
Look at your hair, Trevor.
I'm not really examining the screen.
Got AirPods in there, bud?
He did. I'm just noticing now he took down the Cubs guy behind him.
Oh yeah, this is the pack been up for a minute.
It's a Miller Lite Packers banner. Yeah. All right, Trev. You taking Providence here?
Hell no. Providence is how should I say? We'll say bad. Providence is bad. We'll just put it that way. Penn State is horrendous too, but Providence is extra bad. Penn State's laying points for a reason against somebody that's not NJIT or Dick Chin University. So I'll lay with Providence, but I'm not betting this game. I'm not putting my heart I'm sorry, Penn State. I'm not.
Penn State's catching 4, bro.
Yeah, we're catching 4.
Oh, they're catching 4. Well,
what the hell, dude?
There we go.
So you really love Penn State then.
My bad. Sorry, I'm riding high. Hit a plus 1050 Central Connecticut and a plus 750 Northern Illinois money line. All right, leave me alone.
He goes, sorry, I'm riding high. All right, Spoon. It's just to be clear, Penn State is catching 4.
This is really difficult early in the season. Both of these teams aren't really playing how their coaches have played in the past. Kim English is playing with a lot more pace this season, and it's not really a product of the teams that he's seen. And on the opposite side, Penn State's off to a great start with Mike Rhodes, but this is a coach that's normally played with a lot of pace, and they're playing really slow. Maybe that is a product of who they've seen so far with Fairfield, New Haven, Navy, LaSalle, Harvard. Just not exactly the who's of teams. This is definitely going to be the most difficult test they've had. It's also going to be the first test they've had that's on a neutral, not at home. I think Providence is in a good situation for this game, but I think there's going to be a lot of points in this. I was kind of looking at the over, but I'm not moving on anything.
It was both Fate and Providence. Next game on the board is Western Carolina against Lipscomb. Spoon, I'm pretty sure this is one of the games you added.
This is definitely my game. So Lipscomb has played every single game on the road so far this season. Vanderbilt, Mercer, UNC Asheville, and Belmont. They've lost every single game. This is a new coach in Kevin Carroll. Lipscomb has been a really good team in this conference for a long time, but there's going to be a lot of changeover when you have a new coach. You're going to play a lot differently. And if you look at what Lipscomb's doing right now, they're shooting a ton of threes. And Western Carolina does not defend the three well. They didn't defend the three well last year either. Lipscomb hasn't been able to hit threes, but they've been on the road. I think you put them in their home environment for the first time, get the sight lines, everything that you're used to in practice, and I think that ball goes in the hoop a little bit easier. Western Carolina hasn't really been tested at this point in the season with teams that they can beat. They beat Stetson and UNC Asheville both at home, and a D3 team. They got dog walked by Cincinnati and Duke to start the season, and after 3 straight wins, I think this is a good time to sell them high and buy Lipscomb really low, a team that hasn't had a Division I win yet. They're laying 2.5 points at home. I think this is for a reason. I'm on Lipscomb.
Any thoughts on this game, guys? This is Spoon's game.
I know Western Carolina's off. I don't know if I would really back them. not staying home after that. Western Carolina's not good. All right, when they get a win, they were good with Albright or whatever. Like, dude's awesome. But since then,
Bro, you're echoing bad.
Thought it was my computer for a second.
No, I could tell like by Spoon and Toe's face that I wasn't the only one hearing it because everyone was like. Try again, TV Jones. Let me see if it's still happening.
How about this?
Sounds better so far.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's my MacBook speakers.
Oh, this sounds good. Whatever you're doing right now sounds good.
Perfect. Yeah, Western Carolina off the big win. They don't win much, so a win is a big deal. Now they're not staying home. Had they been staying home, I think it's a little different. But I'll take Lipscomb. I'm not betting this game. There's plenty of other games on the board that I am really looking for, and one of them, you guys might not think that I would be a
What's that?
teaser.
What?
He said it's a
teaser.
teaser for later in the show, dog.
Oh, all right. Well, can't wait for that. So, did you have any thoughts on this one?
Not really. I leaned Western Carolina, but I don't have enough to play it. The only reason that I lean them, I think these teams are very, very even. I get that Lipscomb's finally home, but Western Carolina, their two losses are to Cincinnati and Duke, and Cincinnati actually looked really good today against Louisville. They ended up kind of shitting the bed late, but those losses don't really do much for me, especially on the road. So now they're going to go on the road to Lipscomb. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal, but again, there's no chance I bet it.
All right, let's move on to the next game, which is Prairie View UT Martin, another Spoon game.
Banger.
I lost my spreadsheet for this one. Really easy cap on this. UT Martin is a team that's built up completely of like foreign national players. You have a lot of like pro players that are coming in from overseas to come in and kind of get into the NCAA ranks. This is a coach that's been pretty public this season about how he wants to build this program. He wants to put UT Martin on the map. He compared this program to what Gonzaga was years ago, and that's how he wants to build it. Really high words to put out there. And if you look at this roster, I think they're head and shoulders above this Prairie View team. Recently, after making remarks like that, you have to back it up. If you're saying you're like Gonzaga and you're going to see Prairie View right here, you better win by 20. I think this is a really short number.
I mean, if you would think that you would aim a little bit higher than Gonzaga, but
if you look at the athletes on this court, I think UT Martin is head and shoulders above just about at every single position. I think this game does get ugly.
So we're thinking dog walking. Do you guys agree? Dog walking here?
Yeah, I could say dog walking. Yeah, I mean, Tennessee Martin, they've gone on the road. They got wins at granted, Bradley's not the same Bradley, but they got a win at Bradley. They won at UNLV. They lost to Florida State by 14, but still, that's impressive for a first-year coach and a new roster. Going to Florida State and losing by 14 is impressive. Prairie View has lost 3 straight, Wichita, Oklahoma State, Missouri. Competitive in 0 of those games. Tennessee Martin's been competitive in every game this year. They, like he said, they got 4 nationals. They have the roster's like on paper doesn't look great, but like this team is playing really, really well. And yeah, I didn't catch those comments where he wants to be Gonzaga, but yeah, if you come out and you win by 4 to Prairie View A&M, you are a laughing stock. So this has got to be a smash spot for Martin. You know, this would be one I feel like you probably could just ladder up because I mean Prairie View is not competitive in these games, and Martin going on the road to Bradley and UNLV getting wins, you can't come home and lay a dud to Prairie View or on this neutral. You can't lay a dud. So I think Martin's got to just smash him. I'm with him. I'm actually going to add this to my card for tomorrow.
Oh, you too, Toast?
No. I'm not
You heard
on
the Gonzaga comments. He was out.
Well, it was the Gonzaga comments, and UT Martin's had a horseshoe up their ass. I've said that for a couple weeks now, especially after that big win. They were 15.5-point dogs at Belmont, and they won that game. But for me, I think that everything that you can say about Tennessee Martin, you can equally say for Prairie View A&M. I mean, Prairie View A&M is playing Wichita State on the road, Oklahoma State on the road, Missouri on the road. So playing UT Martin on a neutral really doesn't do much for me. Again, I'm not going to bet it because UT, like I said, UT Martin has a horseshoe up their butt and they just continue to win games. But again, You're going from, hold on, because I actually had this down. You're going from UT Martin catching plus 16.5, plus 15.5, plus 19.5, and now you're laying 8.5. Probably more by the time everybody watches this, knowing that this is like one of the teams that everybody loves on Twitter. I don't want to get involved. If I get like 10 or 11, maybe I play on the other side. It's just a huge difference in line for me.
All right, 3 games left. The up next has 4 games left. There's only 3. San Francisco against the Gophers. Can the Dons hang with a Big Ten program?
Green Bay hung with them. Yes, they can.
So that means you're on the Dons.
Yes.
I disagree.
Smart man, Trevor. Go ahead.
You can disagree all you want. This Minnesota team, I don't know what's the impressive win. I gotta ask. Was it Gardner Webb, Alcorn State,
Green Bay overtime,
Chicago State, or was it the ass beating they got to Missouri by 23? They stepped up one time and got obliterated. They played Sisters of the Poor all 4 games and they won. So congratulations. And Green Bay almost beat your ass. Doug Gottlieb almost beat your ass at your home floor. This Minnesota team's fugazi is shit. Medvedev, I think, will get this going at some point. It's year 1. This is not the year. Congratulations on looking good against these nobodies, but they're in for a rude awakening tomorrow. This is San Francisco big. San Francisco's beat Bradley. They beat Portland State, and then they shellacked Northwestern State. Northwestern State would be, outside of Missouri, the toughest opponent Minnesota has played this year. San Francisco gigantically tomorrow. Gigantic. Dons up.
I fully agree with this. The San Francisco Dons have made a schedule that allows them to get into the NCAA tournament if they don't win this division. They went in to see Memphis, Portland State, Bradley. Those are teams that are in the mix to win their division this season. Maybe not Bradley, but Portland State and Memphis are both projected 1-2 in their conferences right now. Now they see Minnesota. Next, they see Colorado. They'll be North Alabama, but right after that, they see Mississippi State. They scheduled an SEC team, a Big 12 team, a Big 10 team. And they got Minnesota and Colorado on neutrals. They got Mississippi State on a neutral. This is really difficult to do if you're San Francisco, and they put themselves in a really good situation schedule-wise. Now you got to follow through. I think they have the roster to do it. Minnesota, I like their coach, Medved. I think this roster will be really good in a few years, but I don't think this is a great season for them. And I think they scheduled accordingly. They've just had all cupcakes besides Missouri so far. And the only other team they're going to see before Big Ten is going to be Stanford. So I think this is a really good spot for San Francisco. Come in, get a big win. I don't think the points come into play. I laid 1 for -110.
Wow. Toast.
I 100% agree. San Francisco all the way for me. Mookie Clark masterclass, Tyrone Riley masterclass. I don't want to say that Minnesota's fugazi because I really trust Nico, but Cade Tyson doesn't really do it for me. And Crocker Johnson really doesn't do it for me. And this San Francisco team's kind of already battle tested, like these guys have already talked about. So if this game was maybe actually a Minnesota home game, maybe that changes things a little bit, but it's not a home game. It's in Sioux City. I just don't see where Minnesota, I mean, unless they just absolutely slow this game down to a crawl and clamp defensively. But I think that San Francisco rivals them defensively. So I just think that offensively, San Francisco is so much better than Minnesota. That's what comes into play. So yeah, I laid it with San Francisco as well.
My bad. That -1 was for the UNI game that's up next. I do have the 2.5 for here.
Minnesota. Sounds like all you guys drinking the Kool-Aid, overreacting. Laying 2.5.
Overreacting to what? They stepped up one time and got shellacked. San Fran played Memphis and lost by 6.
We're 4 games into the season. Where would you have made this line to start the season? Where would you have made this line on a neutral?
San Francisco -1.
Yes.
So you had San Francisco as a better team coming into the season?
San Francisco would still be favored. No Minnesota question. Is a bottom feeder, basement dweller.
How you set your schedule is how you feel about your team. One of these teams has played all good teams so far and is going to continue to. The other team has played nothing but cupcakes, and the best team they're going to face is going to be Stanford or San Francisco when they entered conference play.
Don't you set the schedule years in advance?
Yeah, but this also what
No.
was Alcorn State going to be a powerhouse in the SWAC and they're going to be a top 100 KenPom team? No, they were always going to be bad. All of these teams were always bad, and they still scheduled them. Minnesota wants to look good, to feel good, to go into conference play, to get effed up. Happens every year.
I just don't understand how Portland State and Northwestern State are just powerhouses to have on your schedule.
I never said Northwestern. I said
Portland
Northwestern.
State's second in their division or first.
I was gonna say, and Portland State's 150 in KenPom. I mean, it's
Portland State's a good team.
Sure they are.
You don't know pilot ball.
Minnesota's literally played the easiest schedule in the country. Like I think there's one other team that's played a worse schedule.
UT Arlington, Weber State,
Weber.
Just Spoon. This is one of your games.
I know it seems like it would be, but I'm pretty sure this is toast.
This is me. Weber State here for me. First and foremost, I know that UT Arlington is a sexy name, especially in these mid-majors, but I think that what they've done is a little fugazi, as Trevor would like to put it. I don't think New Mexico is a very good basketball team. So you went on the road there. It's not an easy place to play in the pit, and you lost by 20, and then you got beat by Campbell as well. But I mean, I feel like the KenPom rankings and this rankings in general, I mean, if you look at CBB analytics, it's a little bit closer. But I mean, Weber State went on the road in Utah, their first game of the year. Then they played Utah State and Cal Irvine. I mean, Utah State's 39 in KenPom. I mean, Weber State's kind of gone through a little bit of a gauntlet so far this year. And now they're back at home, a second game in a row at home, playing a UT Arlington team that's almost 75 spots better than them in KenPom. And they're still laying one, or now there's two or whatever it is. Like, I just feel like this is like a really good get right spot for Weber State here. Not to mention the fact that UT Arlington, it's all about defense. They can't really score. And I trust this Weber State offense. They don't turn the ball over. They rebound really well. Neither one of these teams can shoot the three ball well. So I'll take Weber State here in a decent spot, especially just a little bit away from home in the Ogden Center.
You guys have any thoughts on this one, or should we move on to the next?
I would take Weber. UT Arlington, my gigantic turnover problems. Neither of these teams can shoot free throws, so there's no real advantage. But, they're both short. But, I mean, you got a team that turns it over 300 is the 363rd out of 364 teams in turnover percentage this year. Weber State, they don't force a lot of turnovers, but guess what? They don't turn it over. Neither team can shoot whatsoever. I'll just take the team that doesn't turn the ball over. I mean, if you're going to get extra possessions over this, you're bound to score eventually. It would be Weber or nothing, but I'm probably not going to bet this game.
I like Weber. Spoon, any thoughts?
I basically agree with that. Campbell, their last game was their first home game of the season, and I think that was a really good shot to get on them. So I think you're buying slightly higher in the market. Don't love that part of it, but I still think they're the better team than UT Arlington. I think now that they get to stack a few home games, they're going to look like a much different team than we saw the first few games of the season. And the competition they're facing with Arlington is nothing like what you saw with Utah State and Irvine. So I think this is a Weaver spot. I just didn't get there.
One other thing that I forgot to point out, too, is with those turnover issues, Weber State really likes to push the pace compared to UT Arlington. So if they're turning the ball over and Weber State's running up and down the court, I think that's going to turn into a really big issue in the second half.
All right, last game up before we call it and I get back to football. Northern Iowa against UC Irvine. Is this game in California?
It's got to be neutral. But where?
It's in Northern Iowa.
Oh, it's a home game?
Yeah, so this was a home and home that they did last year. Northern
sure?
Iowa.
Yes.
Yeah. Northern Iowa went into UC Irvine. UC Irvine had a great team last year. They absolutely got dog walked. I think it was a 15, 20-point game. Northern Iowa, Russell Turner on the UC Irvine side. I think this is going to be a really good game between good coaches. I think that 20-point game last year is a huge revenge angle. And I'm a big believer in this Northern Iowa team. I think they get this win.
This game's in Irvine, California, it says.
My bad. I had the wrong.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure my graphics. So it is in California. Okay. All right. So yeah, Northern Iowa. Sorry about that. I was just making sure I didn't screw up. All right.
Northern Iowa brings back the fourth most minutes continuity in the country. Every single player that got blown out by 20 last year by Irvine is coming back. Irvine's roster looks a lot different than it did last year. It's taking a big step back, and I think UNI is going to get big payback here.
Either you guys have any thoughts, or should we call it?
I agree with UC Irvine. I think they're going to kind of run ruckshot over this team. I just like the fact that they're coming back at home and they play with a lot of pace, and the fact that you have, UC Irvine.
You said that you agree. He picked.
I'm on Northern Iowa.
Yeah, he picked
Toast.
Northern Iowa.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I like Irvine personally. I think they can play a little bit of a pace, and I think that's going to give them issues. And if Irvine is one of those teams that if they're offensively, they can look really, really bad at times, but defensively they can look really, really good. And I think that the pace is going to screw up UNI a little bit personally. But I didn't bet this game, but I did have UCI circled.
Any thoughts, Stevie Jones? Or are we calling it?
Obviously, I have some thoughts. Irvine, yeah, they went and dog walked Northern Iowa last year on the road. This is a much better team, or a significantly worse team for Irvine, but still, they're not bad. They don't turn it over. They can force turnovers. They've who did they? I just had this up. They lost to Cal Baptist by 8, and then they lost to Utah Valley on the first road game by 7. Those are two, really good mid-majors. They can't afford to drop a third, especially at home. And now they're home off of a loss with a team that they beat last year, but this is a completely different team. I think it's a short spread for a reason. Irvine, I like them at home. Again, off of a loss. You've already dropped your two good opponents for mid-major schedules, and now you get Northern Iowa coming in. I feel like this is a game they cannot lose. I'll take Irvine. Not sure I'll bet this, but I'd be on Irvine.
All right, I'm gonna get back to work on some college football stuff.
I got that bonus pick though.
Lay it on us.
All right. So Green Bay plays basketball tomorrow. However, they play UMass. UMass is bad. They have ass in their name for a reason. I love you, Frank Martin, but this team and this school are terrible. Green Bay, surprisingly, overtime loss to Minnesota on the road. They played Yale really tough today, which I was thoroughly surprised about. I think this is a game they win tomorrow.
Green Bay?
I think they catch UMass. I think they've been playing really well. It's building up. UMass, they're not a good team. They lost to Charleston on a neutral today. Yep, the Charleston's much better than Green Bay, 100%, 4-point game. But I think they went all out, had a chance to win that. And now you have a Green Bay team that's been playing really good basketball the last 2 games, and they were both on the road, one at a Big Ten school. Took them to overtime. I think they catch UMass tomorrow. I think they catch them and they get them. I think Yale is better than UMass, and they played them incredibly tough. UMass off of that tough Charleston game. I think it's a sleepy spot, thinking they'll just win, and I think Green Bay gets the outright win. I will be on Green Bay tomorrow. I will be backing them.
Wow.
Right? That's what I thought.
Powerful words.
Thank you.
All right. Are you guys going live, Trev?
At some point, Elliot's on his way back from Kansas State game. He was at tonight. Huff's out. Probably live at some point. If
so you guys are pulling an all-nighter?
That's what I'm afraid of. I'm leaning more towards it probably won't happen because I got to move and shit tomorrow at 8 a.m.
Are you moving out of the treehouse?
Yeah, treehouse to a new treehouse.
Better tree. It's a better view.
Are you sharing this treehouse with anybody?
I might be.
Are you moving in with Meg?
Who knows? I don't know. Maybe.
Yo,
what? Who knows? I don't know, bro.
Breaking news.
Oh my god.
The treehouse is moving to another tree, but
is she gonna let you hang that banner up on you?
It's not up for discussion.
Oh, all right. So I'm sure she's gonna be thrilled with the Miller Lite banner hanging your house. All right.
Oh, I'll have my corner.
I gotta record some college football stuff. I'll upload a video later. Everyone enjoy your night. Yeah, let's have a good weekend. Keep an eye out. A video will be uploaded later tonight.